Welcome to Georgia Bigfoot. Your one-stop shop for everything Sasquatch, Yeti, Bigfoot, forest beings, forest friends, you name it location. And since everyone's probably home by now, right now, and everyone's at least my age or older, probably, watching. Oh, look at that little lizard right there on that tree. Freaking lizard. He's crawling onto that little thing in the middle. Anyways, I'm on lower ground here, and I can't switch, I can't switch the camera back and forth because it doesn't do it. It won't let me do it. But, so what am I here to talk about? Well, I'm at a location. Oh my gosh, that looks like a freaking foot. That doesn't look like a shoe as much as it looks like a foot. So what we got? What's on my mind? Well, we're all going through basically a lockdown. Almost. It's turning to that. So I won't make my video all about that. But, wow, that's a beautiful glass. Coca-Cola bottle. That's pretty sweet. I won't make my video about all bad news because we got enough of that. If you watch any of the news at all, there's no commercials. I'm going to keep that one. That's kind of cool. So they're thinking about locking down places. That was me. They've come to the point where they're thinking about locking down places. They're telling us to do. The economy's flatlining. What else? Well, what does this have to do with something? So it's to knock down the economy, mainly. I won't use any keywords. If you don't, you're going to have to listen to my words, and then it'll be close to what it means. It just won't mean exactly what it means. Tripping over everything. So I didn't get any tree knocks or nothing here. But what does this have to do? What my main purpose of the video is to bring up something that maybe you guys don't think about, maybe you do. There'll be 100 people or so that will care. And just be careful out there, everyone who's watching this, because most of you guys are of the age to be careful. And we don't know what it can do. I mean, so far the latest thing I learned is it can even kill a dog. So if you have a elderly dog, if you have any dog with conditions, that's the same. It's just as bad for them. So this can actually travel to our dogs, and who knows about cats. So basically, keep away from it. Something dark down there, all the way down. So hopefully you'll put up with this in my description and stuff. I wanted to mention Akashic Records. So here we are, the human body, and so we're a piece of meat with an electrical system. And we all have memories and personalities. Where do we get such things? If you take a dead body, any animal at all, and you look at it and try and get the memory from it, you can't do it in any way, shape, or form. Really, you can't take somebody's brain and load what they had in their memory any kind of way. It's because that's where the Akashic Records kicks in, and that's... Someone was walking around here. That's as good as I can describe our memories. Everything we are is stored on the other side. Because we're not just our body. Our body is a temporary vessel for the soul and spirit. You know, many of you may think about these things, or you may not. But what I'm trying to get at is to, there's a print, I don't know, is to bridge yourself with who you really are, which is the other side. So, because every one of you is not really who you are right now in this lifetime. Your true self is on the other side. And what is that? That's where the Akashic Records kick in. And up until now, I haven't mentioned anything of philosophy or anything on the channel whatsoever. But I know a lot of you think about these things. And so do I. For many years. I've probably been thinking about this for 30 years or more. I just don't discuss everything on the channel. And then, how did I get more experience in the forest than some other people? And then it was all documented. I had all the prints and everything, and I didn't even bother bringing a camera, but I had so much interaction, it was off the hook. I mean, how does one do that? And what makes anybody better than anybody else? Or not better? And then, again, it goes to the philosophy. And man, there's a lot of bugs in here. And the Akashic Record. And who we really are. Our soul. So, our true self is not what we are in our physical form. Our true self is something else. I don't even know what that is. And how does this have to do with Bigfoot? Well, it does. Because the things that they have done relating to me and my personal experience, that is really interesting. I think that's a mold. That's black mold. You can stay away from me. Oh, look at that. Little house. Little bird's nest. Maybe. Oh, that's beautiful green algae. It's actually much prettier than it is on camera. More green. Of course, if they don't let us have the latest technology cameras, I mean, those are for the movie industry. And they're like $100,000 to get the real color. And this is 4K, but, you know, as far as what'll be loaded to YouTube, it's just going to be what it is. Maybe 1080p. Is that a lizard? That's a cute one, a fast one. Let's see him. Oh, there he is. He's running from me. Oh, God. Oh, he's a pretty one. Look at that blue bottom. Hi, little buddy. What's your Akashic Record say? So, I'm going all over the place. I'm actually sounding like Colorado Bigfoot, where I'm jumping all over the place, because to explain this, and then explain where I'm coming from, and all the experience, and all that evidence, and everything that I've been through, and putting it into words, is somewhat difficult. But they knew what I was going to do before I did it in the forest. Like, they already knew, because the forest beings are, in my belief, getting access to the Akashic Record. And that means our spirit and what we're going to do in the future and what we did in the past and all of our memory, because our memory is not stored within the body. There is no way to produce that memory out of the body. It's not in there. This is a gorgeous place. By the way, I should hang out here a little longer as long as I don't get a mosquito on me. It's cooler in here. Temperature is 82 degrees, kind of warm already, which is good for that virus. It's humid and kills the virus. So probably kills the virus. We don't know. But and I'm the only person here. That's it. Me. Nobody else. No nothing. So I'm back on the subject. Get back on track here. So what we have is the Akashic Record. They have access. I believe they knew everything I was going to do before it ever happened. In fact, once when they threw a rock at me, a big rock, it hit in the tree above my head, say, just right there, and I'm here. That's about how close it was. Right on that little branch coming out right in the center. So it hit that close, and it blew up the tree. And then I proceeded forward, and they were there, and he was making, I believe it was a he, was making buzzing sounds. It was in January. He was making buzzing sounds like a mosquito with his lips, super loud mosquito. And again, this is in January, and it was 20 degrees out, and there wasn't any mosquitoes. So what I'm saying now, the Akashic Record would play into this. They already knew what was going to happen, and he knew where the rock was going to go. And their sense of humor is a little different than ours. They seem to like to get you freaked out a little bit. I mean, I can't say why, but they seem to they're bigger than us. They got a lot of abilities. They like to test you. So, and I don't know that could even happen today anymore. I don't know that anyone going out now could go through that same experience. And that's sad, because times have changed. Just like our country has changed, times have changed with them where they have to back down. And they have really drastically gone into hiding. That's my take on it. You may have a different area where it's still hopping, but I don't see it. And most of your interaction, if you were going to get it, would be more to the north and less in the south. I don't think, this is Georgia, but I don't think these ones are very interactive, and the better is North Georgia, and I'm in South Georgia. Oh, nest there. Look at that. It looks like a house built on there. Tiny house. Like seats here. Yeah. So they already knew what was going to happen. Now, I don't know if it was a greeting. I had been there a lot before that, and the rock was thrown. And obviously, if they wanted to hit me, they would have hit me. And they didn't do anything else. And I didn't end up seeing them physically, but he was right there, feet from me. Maybe 20 to 40 feet, I couldn't see him. And here again goes to the Akashic Record. So if our true self is a spirit form, then how do we know how they are accessing their own spirit form versus their physical form? It gets very tricky. How would I explain this one? So they're able to come and go better than we are because they're more in tune with their spiritual self than we are, as we raise up from a child thinking this is it, And here we are, even our religions are, this is it. You know, we believe in God, but we don't talk about really what I'm going for here. It really doesn't focus on the fact of bridging yourself to your spiritual self. And like describing this would be the wise man on the mountain. That man, the wise man on the mountain, and you can go like Nepal or wherever and find these men that just basically hang out alone. I remember my father telling me and having pictures of just a guy sitting there on the mountain as he was in some of that area in the mountains. And our bridging ourself and what we really think is the truth, and our egos that block us from allowing us to think about these things because we're told everything we need to know. That is an awesome way to cross. That wasn't here before. Boy, this is a lot better, and a lot of people have used it. Anyway, so I guess I'm going to use it and try not to fall in. Wow, it's kind of shaky. Oy, oy. Oh boy. I got this. All right, whoo, live action. That was a little shaky. I'm not a spring chicken. I mean, late 40s. So there you go. But I wish I had done this many years before. My son started at 7. He's good to go. We'll keep on filming. This is really interesting. That has evidence of fire in there, a lot of it. I don't have a flashlight, and I can't turn it on this. Wow, that's really cool. Another one here. Goes way into their little tunnel. If there's going to be little people, that's where they're going to be. Little doorway. Hi guys. So now I've lost my track as I went across there and lost my balance a little bit. So we're into Akashic Record. What it means, people's ego that gets in the way of trying to learn the truth. And once you find out one truth, then you start to question a lot of things. When you're constantly told that these things don't exist, and they don't exist, and they don't exist, and yet thousands of people, per year witness, even more than that. Look at that. Hi, buddy. He's come back. Gonna land on me. He was gonna land on me. That's what I'm talking about. Akashic Record, being one with yourself and your soul. We can do wonderful things, but keep in mind, it's through God. God created all of this. If you don't like or believe in God, then just, you can have your own opinions, but I've seen certain things that guarantee God's existence. So we're not even going there on this one. This is a topic of Bigfoot and what exactly is happening as far as going a little longer. And when in Colorado, for example, they were talking in wavelengths that were at like 20 hertz around us, and it was on the video where I was by the giant teepee in Colorado last year, So, I believe that was August. August or September, those videos would have come out. But I'll continue. For those who will listen. And I had to hit on these subjects because it definitely plays into what this experience is. And you can't deny anyone who goes farthest enough into this subject, and in life, and in everything. Well, we'll put it this way. Are we told the truth on anything? Can you believe the media? Does anyone here believe everything that we are being told? Cali is from Cuba. The media is totally controlled. You do not have an opinion there. And if you do, someone's going to tell on you because the entire population is made to where they're all working for the same. They're completely brainwashed into, and they don't have any supplies, food, nothing. You can only imagine, but they're probably not going to get coronavirus because nobody can go there. So they probably don't have to worry about this at all because they won't have this particular virus even arrive there unless somehow it's airborne. We've been through so many other viruses before. This is another one, but see, I'm going all over the place. Well, so just to point out that you can't believe everything you're told because I guarantee they exist. And you gotta, at some point, you gotta believe other people. If you're not one who's witnessed anything or heard anything or had never been to the woods, sometimes you just gotta believe someone who's telling you the truth. Otherwise, do you believe any of your religion because someone is telling you that too? I mean, everything we learn, someone has to tell us from somewhere. Look at these two tree breaks here. Well, this has been an all-over video, all over the place. And I'll take questions. And it takes me sometimes to get back to my questions. And a lot of the comments are removed from the channel before they ever make it, even my own. So just let that be known, that if you don't always get an answer, it's maybe because I never even saw it in the first place, and it's already removed. Even though I never saw it, nobody ever saw it, and it automatically goes. I'm sinking in the ground. This ground is like, I hope this isn't quicksand like under here. Like it's really like a sponge, and this sunk way deep. This is what I'm talking about. This could be dangerous. Nice X there over the water. I'm well aware of the structures and things like that, but I don't want to come across with an ego of everything, and nobody knows everything. It's just, if you want to learn, you got to throw away the ego because it just holds us back from learning anything new. That includes for everything. I mean, whether you were in science and trying to develop something new, I mean, if they tell you everything already exists that we can possibly make, because that's what we're led to believe, you know, then how do we get to the point of where we are now with technology and everything? Because you have to think outside the box. You just can't constantly think in a way that you're held in the box. I wish I'd see like a gator or something. Although this would be cold water. It's probably, it's stream fed, and I think there's underground water coming from here. So, I don't know what that is. A cool looking rock in there. Looks like the bottom of the ocean. Anyways, I haven't heard a single thing here today, but I've been talking, so trying to let you guys know where I'm at with life and what the reason why I push and keep making videos and keep doing this at all. That's a really cool burned out tree, that whole thing. That was a big old tree. It's all down to this little nub. So we could probably, everybody could agree that our memory is not stored in a piece of meat. Our dogs, our cats with their personalities, it's not stored in them. You can't put your finger on a actual personality or soul. It's beyond that. It's our thoughts come from somewhere else into the body that we are experiencing. And we think we know what everything is, but we don't. So that probably can conclude what I have for right now. I hope everyone gets through the trouble that we're going through, because there's a lot going on in our country right now, and your 401ks or stocks or anything else you own is in trouble right now. So even I've got a little bit of a runny nose. It's not, and if I'm doing this, I'm not too sick, because I'm out here hiking away. No shortness of breath here. So, but this is our common cold for the season. I mean, not to mention what we have now coming at us. Birds are real happy. They don't care. Think about that. The birds, they don't care at all. It'll actually make their life better if there's less of us. We don't know what's going to happen, and I can't predict things, and I'm not doom and gloom. This video was about what we really are. I'll do my epic log crossing. What we really are, where our thoughts come from. God is real. Jesus is real. The devil is also real. And dealing with all that, and dealing with this subject and how they are here, even though they don't follow our rules. It's not how it plays. You got many different like dimensions or realms. It's not all, and some people, some beings can come and go from this realm. I don't know how the hell I'm going to walk across here without falling in. Okay. If I do, that'll ruin my phone and we won't even have the video. So you won't know. There we go. I'm not Callie. Or his dog. His sure-footed dog. Shout out to the sure-footed dog, Lucky Leopard. I've also got a leopard-type dog with rescue. Wonderful dog. Maybe I'll put her on camera sometime. She's afraid of everything because she's been shot by someone before me. So she's a traumatic PTSD, bird dog mix. And she limps on her front leg where some of the bird shot or whatever she was shot with has caused her a permanent injury, and she's about 3 years old. So during this time, pet your dog. They matter. They have personalities. They all have their own spirit and soul. And I've done so many other things. That's for another. But it all ties in. I could go into more stuff of what I've done with the paranormal, but what you're talking about that, it goes into stuff that people can't handle, and they'll be like, no, because their religion blocks hearing about anything. And then what protection do you have when you haven't learned anything from other guinea pigs like me, who put themselves out there in order to learn something, to find out what the truth was? I mean, I don't have to be here alone. I mean, I'm alone, and, something happens, I'm out here. That's it. So, just everybody hang in there, and I'll try to make another video soon. I don't know that this video, what the title is, it goes all over the place. But it's the point of, you guys are all stuck home. You've probably got, at this point, a lot of time on your hands, and you're stuck with your families, and we have stress, and the kids are around, and you can't let them leave because they could pick up this disease. So, you just hang in there, stay calm. Remember the love, and all we have is family. And just, if you made it this far in the video, because it's probably one of my longest videos ever on philosophy and just touching all the subjects, it's difficult. It's difficult to be through and be cooped up, stuck in a room with your family, or stuck in your house, or stuck wherever you're at, and basically the only place you can go is in the middle of nowhere or not around people, which is exactly what this is. So, I wish you all well. I don't know, we're just gonna see who actually can watch the whole thing out. And don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and one more thing. If you're on Facebook, there is Georgia Bigfoot Facebook. It's got a picture of a teepee in the description. The teepee from Colorado. Most epic teepee ever found, pretty much. If you find a better one, let me know. Unless people made one. I suppose they could make one better, but this is thousands of pounds of wood, you know, and gigantic. Just check out the Facebook and just be good to each other during this tough time, because we got unknown in any of our lifetimes what's happening now on a whole reset of the economy. We don't even know how it's going to go from here. I think it'll go okay. It's just maybe the one thing you have time for was to watch this longer video. I feel bad because none of my videos are that long. Meanwhile, you know, like Bronzini does videos this long. Bronzini Bigfoot. He does videos this long all the time. And Mark, Colorado, does videos like this all the time. Callie does longer videos like this all the time. We don't even know what the future holds with YouTube and free speech and just everything there is. So, the free speech is, there isn't any. You make a video and, you know, you don't have a right to whether it stays there or not for the rules. So this is just, some people will probably really like this, some people won't. It's all over the place, but I didn't have a script for, and here's some annoying, even though it's blocked off completely, people drove their side-by-side in here and tearing it up. Just, you have a great day, and if there's a particular thing you wanted to see in the video, just mention it when I come back here. I will work on it. I don't really want to leave because this is where the happiness is sometimes completely away from humanity. Look up into the sky, there's the heaven. That's what that is. So you remember God's watching out for all of us. And you can ask for help. If you guys need something, you can ask for help. Or ask for prayers. So yeah, really it did hit on all kinds of subjects. I'm coming off like a preacher, but then again, preachers, they don't want to discuss certain things they don't understand. They got to stay to that narrative of everything. When there is no narrative, the egos get involved and it takes away from what is the truth. Why would so many people do all this if it wasn't the truth? I wouldn't do this. I'd have nothing to do. I wouldn't need it at all. If I wasn't doing the truth, it wouldn't matter. See if you see any movement down there. I don't know. Down all the way center. I don't know. I mean, I've just been talking. This would be the way to do something actually to get activity, because, I mean, what is this guy doing talking to himself in the middle of nowhere? I don't know if there's any movement. There could even be deer. But just in the center of the screen, there's something black right over that little brown thing, center screen. Can't really zoom on it with this camera. But the camera, the good camera I have, is so difficult for the download and the computer and slow internet speed and just the malfunctions that I have, that I'm not filming with it currently until I get a new computer. But that is on hold. So is the entire world. What else could we describe? There's a little more that goes, let's look at the positive and just keep this video ongoing. So what can you do with the stock market going down? There's deals if you have cash. I mean, there's eventually going to be deals because all this is going to turn around. So buy things. I mean, who knew toilet paper was going to do what it did? So just you know, there's going to be deals. And what I mean by deals, like, people are going to be getting rid of stuff that they didn't normally want. Let's say you wanted an ATV or a side-by-side. After 15 days of, some people aren't going to get a check, or 30 days, or some people aren't going to get a check, and I feel bad for those people, and even bad for myself. I mean, you can't go anywhere. You had to spend a lot of money to buy supplies and do all that, which you had to do, and you can't leave. What do we really need to survive? Think about that, and just be close with your loved ones. Stay close with them, and just monitor your parents if you have them. You know, check in with your kids if you have them, and make sure everybody's okay, and just drive on. I don't think it's nearly going to, it's not going to go away anytime soon, because it's so contagious that apparently that it's not going to go away real easily with humanity, the way it is and the way we interact. And now, like, if you're in service industry, that hurts. But there's going to be deals on things that, like campers, just all extra items are going to be at a discount, because even vehicles, I mean, could end up with a discount on new cars. I mean, eventually it's gonna, if you have the money, they're not going to be selling what they were because of all this crisis. So you're talking a lot of deals in a lot of areas. So I've pretty much covered all kinds of topics. I mean, and why not? I hope my hand isn't in the way of that. Let's see. So drink a lot of water. When you get with these illnesses, drink a ton of water, a ton of fluid. This is non-caffeinated. It's from Walmart. They're 57 cents a piece. Clear American. If they have any on the shelves, go get it. It's no calorie and it tastes like you're getting something, but it's still drinking water. So just stay hydrated. Make sure your parents stay hydrated, especially. Even your pets, make sure they're hydrated. And just drive it on out, and hopefully sitting around longer, you'll have more time to watch this longer video. And realize that there could be some deals on like cars and stuff like that, and the extras that you don't need, like luxury items, anything, cameras, stuff like that. They're just not going to be selling like they once were when everyone's losing on the stock market. So there's going to be some things that are a little better than they normally are. So harness that, go outdoors, go to your parks, enjoy what you can, because this is the one thing you can enjoy, and just live your life and enjoy it. This has been a Georgia Bigfoot production. My voice is a little off, but that's what it is. Oh, look at that right there. It looks like a 4-leaf clover. Right there it was. It's going away. Or 3-leaf clover anyways. All right, I really appreciate you guys going, whoever made it to the 40-minute mark even, and wondering what I'm going to say next. Because a lot of times I don't go into the philosophy of everything, and it needs to be touched because we've got a lot going on right now. And knowing that there's more than just what we are right now, this is not the end for anyone. We all live on the other side, and all of everything we are is from the other side. And you should accept that and embrace it. That's from God. So we were given this opportunity to live this life here. And its challenges and everything that it is. And free will. Free will matters. So have a good one, guys, and I'll see you soon.